Hey guys, so I will be going through the BloodLine plugin and what features it has, each component and what you can do with it. First, we'll start with the response system. Let's go to the game mode. Here we will add the respawn component. In the respawn component, you go to the config. Here you can configure the respawn delay. In case you want manual respawn through UI, you can do that. Minimum manual respawn time, spectator mode, full health, in case you want to restore the full health, the shield, and then you have in the death section, minimum lifetime, ragdoll, in case you will add an animation on death, you tick that. In the UI, you can add the UI widget upon death. So in case the player dies, you show a death screen. Just a normal UI, you choose it from here. Then we have the teams. You can configure teams through UI or auto assign. In the blueprints, you just search for team. You can set player team. Here also we have switch player team in case you want to switch the player team mid game, or also you have remove player from team. Here you have more stuff, get player team for feedback, get team players count, get players on the team. So if you just look up for teams, you will find all these nodes to configure the team system. Also the same thing for the response system. You can do it in runtime. Force respawn, get respawn config, refresh respawn, auto respawn, delay. You can respawn the player with a new pawn if you want to do that. If you want to cancel respawn from the UI, you just put a button to cancel the respawn, for example. And the same idea for the teams, you just hit respawn and you will find all the nodes that you need. Let's go to the respawn and the respawn pawn class. Here you have to choose your default player. In this case, it's the third person character. Save and we're done here. If we hit play, if I go to the damage zone, as you see also here the damage numbers, I will go in depth in them in a minute. Once the player dies, let's check what we did wrong here. Game mode, spawn. Let's turn off spectator mode. By default, the respawn point, well, I put it here. So let's go try it again. You will have to turn off spectator mode if you want to respawn instantly. See here we respond. Now let's go to the lock-on system, the target lock-on system. If you see here middle mouse button, you can configure any button, but in this case I did the middle mouse. I locked onto this character. If I hit again, it toggles it off. If you want to switch you hit V or whatever button you set up, it will get the closest target on the screen. Since the BloodLine plugin doesn't have an attack or combat system, there is a node for testing combat. It's already configured. You just hit the mouse. For example, let's see. Hitting the head will cause 50 damage, 60. However, the multiplier is set up. Hitting the hands is just 10. The player dies. This is the pair limb damage system. This is what's new in version 2. Let's go to the player character to show you how to set up the lock-on system. So it's simple. You just call the toggle lock-on and V to switch target, the direction left or right. You don't need to use the unlock because the toggle already does the lock and unlock for the lock-on system, and that's it. It's already replicated and configured. For the head test, you just call this node BloodLine perform head test on actor. You call the settings, set up the trace channel as bone. Let me drag this here. Here, for the pair limb damage system, you need to trace complex. You need to turn that on. Otherwise, it will hit the player capsule and it will just cause a general damage. If you want the lines off, the trace line, just turn off draw debug. Now let's go to the damage zones. Here you can configure multiple damage zones. This will cause okay. The first zone will just cause single hit damage, physical. For each zone, you can configure the damage numbers, colors, shape, and whatever you need. If I go here, the damage numbers just okay. Single hit is just one time. Damage over time. You notice the S beside the damage number means for the shield. And damage over time when leaving the zone. So even if I leave the zone, it will still damage me. Here we have healing zone and shield recharge. If I go here, I recharge, and for the shield. Then let's go to the pickup items. These are just simple implementation to show how you can implement the pickup system. It's as simple as just cast to your character, get current health. If it's less than 100, add heal. You can also switch the pickup item to give shield or resistance. You just call the node add shield or add temporary resistance. After that, just destroy the actor. As for the healing zone, or let's talk about the damage zone, you just get the actor and call search for damage zone, drag it to the map. Then just go down damage per second. You can configure the damage zone however you like. The damage type, physical, fire, ice, whatever you set here can be configured in the damage number system to show a different color of numbers. For example, fire will show red damage numbers. Damage mode continuous or single hit or interval. Here you can add effects, sounds, and that's it for the damage zones. For the heal zone, the same idea, just search for healing zone, and healing radius, healing per second, constant healing value, duration, in case you want the zone to also heal the shield. And this is for group healing. And in case you want the zone to only heal a specific actor with a specific tag, you just do it here. The same idea, all zones have effects, sound, visual effects, and the colors. The shield recharge is a blueprint. We don't have an actor to, you search up shield, there's nothing that will come up. You just set up a simple blueprint actor. You add a sphere, then go down on component begin overlap, cast to your character, call BloodLine. Then you can either apply healing over time, add shield, add temporary resistance, or apply BloodLine damage. You can either call the actor that already set up in the project or create your own custom blueprint. Now let's talk about the lock-on system more. Let's go to the character. Here we have multiple components. The first one, lock on target, is the component that you will add on the targets that you want the player to lock on into. We select the socket or the bone name. In this case, it's the head. In case you need an offset, you do that here. Lock on enabled by default. Disable on death. If the actor is dead, the lock on will just be gone. It's as simple as that. As for the controller, you add this to your player. This is whatever pawn that can lock onto targets. The lock radius, all of these you can just use them out of the box. By default, it should work. It's recommended to keep this on line of sight. If you want to look into targets that are near you but not in line of sight, you turn this off. Here you can just set custom profiles for camera profiles in case you need that, and debug, you should turn that off in case you're publishing the game. Let's talk about the main BloodLine component. This is, I didn't make a video for version 1, so I'll go through this now. By default, it will save. In the documentation, you will find more details about the saving. It doesn't have its own full complete save system, but it does have some features to save the health and the health and shield data. Here you can configure the resistance in case there is a damage zone, a fire damage zone. You can add fire resistance. Here I think that's by default is off, so turn it on. Enable ragdoll on death, delay, or if you have your own death animation, you can set it up here. Also the same idea for the audio. For the health, simple max health. If you don't want to use the shield, you turn that off. We have the max shield, current shield, shield type, rechargeable, consumable, adaptive, or temporary. If you can regain shield, it will not You can't just the player will not get any more shield, or it will not generate. Absorption settings, low health effects. Here you can add damage effect, shield break effect, low health effect, burning, frozen, poison, regeneration. The same idea for the audio. If the player is hit, you can add the audio here. Shield break sound, death sound, healing sound, low health warning sound. You don't need to add the hit test. You can just call the blueprint, or if you want more configuration, you just add it and configure it here. So let's talk about the limb damage. You add the component bloodline limb damage. Let's delete this one. So if you just hit auto populate, it will populate the bone mapping for the default UE5 character. You can configure it in case you have extra bones or your character doesn't use the default skeleton for you. I deleted that, but it is okay. Here it is. You should keep this as it is. It's the regions that will get damaged. We have the head, torso, left arm, left leg, right leg, and the damage multiplier. Okay, before I go into this one, let me just show you. Second. If you hit the player, it will not damage the body parts until the shield is off. So I'm hitting here. Okay. We can see the torso is hurt, the head is healthy. If we go to the player, in the limb damage component under UI, you can change the text color from here, and the healthy text, hurt text, critical. So if it goes below, if it goes to a low, like the limb is really damaged, it will just show the critical text, hurt and healthy. I will show you that, and let me go to the UI. Okay, here we have these texts that will dynamically change on whatever the health is. Here, we just do a binding to the, let's go to the text first. For the text, we do a binding, get owning player pawn, get component by class, then get region health text. We select the region and plug that in. For the text color, we go to the color and opacity. We do the same thing and call get region health text color, make slate color and plug that in. This will change this text depending on how much health or how much damage the body part is. For the progress bar itself, in the percent we do a binding, and we just get component by class, bloodline limb damage, get get region health and get region max health. We divide those and plug it in. All of this is already pre-configured, so you can simply just go and have a look to get an idea about it. And these two bars are just the main health and shield. The same idea. You get current shield, max shield, and add them. You also can add bars for the damage resistance if you need that. I didn't add that one, but yeah, that's for the limp damage system. And finally, we have the bloodline damage numbers. We enable that. The rendering mode is 3D widget. You can do screen space, but I would recommend the widget for more customization. And then select your widget. This is just a simple text widget. Here you can configure the font, the size, but make sure that the text is a variable called damage text, exactly like this. We select it here and that's it. As for the styles, for the physical, fire, ice, electric, poison, you can customize each one. I go, let's say ice, make it blue. Let's scale up the font. Animation, let's do a fountain arc. Save. If I go to the ice damage, as you can see, that's what happens. Then you have the critical hit style, healing. While you heal, there is also a damage number text. You can change that. Fully healed. All of the numbers, you can just customize them. Let's go to the text. When the shield break, you can see the shield break text. You can set up that. Fully healed text, dead text, blocked immune, overheal, healing text. All of these, you can see them here. If I get damage and the shield will break, you will see here it is, shield break. That's fully customizable. The performance, you can just keep them as default. Go on damage material. Everything else you can just keep it as the default. Let's go. Everything I showed you can also be customizable through the at runtime using blueprints. We have for the damage. Let's BloodLine. So we have play sound application multiplayer. This will be replicated by default. So for the damage, we have apply damage, apply BloodLine damage. These are, I think these are the same. Some of the nodes are from version 1, so I might have duplicated some nodes, but you can check that. Let's go. Okay. We have point damage, the general damage node, radial damage. This will work on BloodLine and the default UE damage system. Damage numbers, we have clear all numbers, get active number count. These mostly for advanced cases. I just put them there in case. or you can just show a custom number, um, or even if you enter a new area, you want to show a custom text, you can do that. Show a custom number, but you can just put whatever text you want. Healing, apply bloodline area healing, simple, and this is more advanced with more settings and options. Create healing zone. This, let's say you have a game where your character can create or can heal other players, you will use this one to create a healing zone at runtime. Here you have all the apply nodes, healing and stats effect. Here you have all the informative nodes. If you want to check it's dead, it's all here. And yeah, that's it for Bloodline version 2.